You want to talk about pressure? Forget the fourth quarter. Forget the 2-minute drill. Forget the noise inside Jerry World when it's third and long on the money downs. The kind of pressure that can really shake a quarterback doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. Sometimes it shows up off the field, and right now Dak Prescott is dealing with the kind of storm no film session can prepare you for. Because 1 month before his wedding, the relationship between Dak Prescott and Sarah Jane Ramos has reportedly collapsed. Just like that, argument in the Bahamas, wedding canceled, social media wiped clean. And if you think that kind of personal earthquake doesn't bleed into a quarterback's focus, you haven't watched enough football. I am Carlos Eduardo, and today we're having an honest conversation about what this moment means for the man wearing the star on the helmet. Look, from my perspective covering America's team, Dak Prescott has always carried two battles, one on the field and one in the court of public opinion. Every interception gets magnified. Every playoff loss gets replayed like a broken record across the entire NFL media machine. Playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys isn't just a job. It's living under a spotlight that never shuts off. And now the timing of this situation matters a lot. Training camps, OTAs, film study, those are the moments where quarterbacks build rhythm with their offense. That's where chemistry with CeeDee Lamb sharpens. That's where the protection calls with the offensive line get cleaner. That's where the mental clarity has to be razor sharp. But if I'm being honest with Cowboys fans, the mind of a quarterback is like the pocket itself. Once it starts collapsing, everything speeds up. I've watched the tape of Dak for years now. When he's locked in, his footwork is clean, the reads are decisive, and the clutch factor shows up when the lights inside AT&T Stadium get blinding. But when the pressure stacks, sacks, turnovers, playoff expectations, you start to see the mechanics tighten. The ball floats a little higher. The decision comes a split second late. That's football reality. Now compare that pressure to what the legends of this franchise carried. Roger Staubach dealt with national expectations every Sunday. Troy Aikman took hits behind brutal offensive lines early in his career before the dynasty was built. Michael Irvin brought emotional fire that could shake a locker room. But those teams had something Dak is still chasing. A Super Bowl standard that everyone inside the building understood. The Cowboys right now live in a strange middle ground. The talent is there. Dak, CeeDee, Micah Parsons bringing chaos off the edge like a modern-day defensive hurricane. On paper, the triple threat exists, but championships are never won on paper. And here's where the NFC East rivalry context matters. The Eagles aren't slowing down. The Giants are always lurking for a reset season. Washington has been rebuilding with patience that Dallas fans frankly don't want to hear about. Every year, the division tightens the screws on America's team, and the expectations inside Jerry World get louder. Which brings me back to Dak. Because I've always said this, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys doesn't just lead an offense. He represents the emotional temperature of the entire franchise. If Dak walks into training camp distracted, the locker room feels it. If Dak shows up sharper, calmer, hungrier, the entire offense feeds off that energy. Quarterback psychology is real in this league, and it's magnified when you're wearing that star on the helmet. But here's the part Cowboys fans need to remember. Adversity has always been Dak Prescott's origin story. 4th round pick. Backup turned starter overnight. A career built on proving people wrong. I've seen him respond to criticism before. I've seen him step into Jerry World with 90,000 people roaring and deliver when the money downs demanded it. So the question now isn't whether his personal life just took a brutal hit. The real question is whether Dak Prescott turns that pain into fuel. Because the Cowboys are still chasing something bigger than headlines or off-season drama. The standard of Tom Landry's legacy still hangs over this franchise like a banner that hasn't been matched in decades. The ghosts of the 90s dynasty still whisper through those AT&T Stadium corridors. And the next quarterback who delivers that Lombardi trophy under the bright lights won't just be a star. He'll become a legend in Dallas. My analysis? Moments like this either fracture a quarterback or forge him into something tougher. And if Dak Prescott wants to silence every critic across the NFC East, the response won't happen on social media. It'll happen on Sundays,